Fastest lap there by Stephen Richards, 1:25.467. Here's Winterbottom on the inside of Coulthard at turn 1. And Fabian holds his line and holds on.
Oh, problem here for Greg Murphy in that brand new car. He's just giving the steering a bit of a shake here to try and figure out a problem, I'd suggest. Sprint Gas Racing Commodore got some damage around the front. I think he's just checking the front of it. He must have whacked the tyres at the chicane, I'd say, and he must have some steering damage. I reckon he'll be in.
Same as it was yesterday, mate.
Steve Henderson, his engineer.
Someone else.
So did something break which then sent him into the tyres, or did he hit the tyres and break something? Always two ways of looking at it. We're on board Sprint Gas Commodore, and in comes Greg.
Righto, mate. We'll try and fix it here. We'll send you back out just to make sure it's right for the next race.
Gonna go straight in the shed, mate. We've got the front bars half hanging off, so we'll have a look at that. Make sure there's nothing else.
This is a couple of laps back on the Zinger replay. Collected it.
That'll be why. So it was the latter in my speculation. It was whack the tyres, damage the car.
So with all the CPSs done, Garth Tander now has a 2.2 second lead over Stephen Richards and James Courtney. The top 10 rounded out at this moment by Michael Caruso.
Russell Ingall in and out of business, it seems. 1.19 seconds gap, Tander to Stephen Richards. Lap times for both of them are 25.6 for Garth, a 25.5 for Stephen Richards, and Shane Van Gisbergen just pulling off in the straight ahead position at turn 3 at the Ford chicane. Courtney's just having a lonely race there at the moment, and even this little battle certainly settled down in the first group. Back here it's a bit more vigorous. Rick Kelly, Fabian Coulthard, Mark Winterbottom, that's certainly not resolved. You can add Michael Caruso to that. Winterbottom down the inside here. The replay shows that he was able to do a nice job on Fabian Coulthard. Gets it done without exchanging paint. Interested to know after this race what it is that people are hurting for. Is it brakes giving them a bit of grief? Is it balance? Nearly at the end of this race now, and Winterbottom really paying the price this weekend for the difficulties he had in qualifying. Frustrated like most people by the weather and by red flags. Once you go down the order, even if your car's good, it doesn't automatically mean that you can climb back through the field. And there's Shane Price. I mentioned before that they were going to bring the car in. It was better to look at it than end up in a wall somewhere, so they're doing a precautionary check. So he's making progress, Mark Winterbottom, but it's long and painful. 7th at the moment, and probably fair to say that he's got Rick Kelly in the gun sights, because Rick just for some reason has lost a little bit of pace.
It was really evident, wasn't it, when Lee Holdsworth was right up behind Rick and the conga line behind him. They were just waiting to be unleashed. Stephen Richards has been matching Garth Tander blow for blow in terms of lap times, but the gap therefore has remained the same as well.
Actually, Richo's taken 2/10 out of him in that middle sector. You can see it just that little bit closer. Good pressure motor racing between a couple of pros. This, watch their cars carefully. You're seeing a millimetre perfect display here. They're not using any road that they don't have to use that risks the car, but they're basically keeping the cars really straight and using the sensible amount of road. You've got to be very careful on these tracks. You start rubbing up against walls and sliding off the exits and looking like a flapping rag. You kind of hold your breath and go, whoop, but these guys are running hard and fast at the moment without looking as though they're going to throw them into the wall.
You take this all the way back to Friday, where qualifying is everything. Remember, Richo qualified on pole. Garth qualified second. Stephen got caught up in a bit of drama under the safety car conditions in race 1. Tander took advantage, and the two continue to go out the front here in race 2. On lap 35 and 36, so next time around there'll be one to complete.
In this first sector on this lap, Tander and Richards pretty much equal. In fact, Tander might have grabbed a 10th back on him. Winterbottom now just that bit closer again to Rick Kelly at turn 5.
And you watch how hard both of these guys fight for this one position. 6th in front. Mark is currently 7th. And you mentioned Cromley at the start. For Rick Kelly, constantly be in the top 6, consistently be there. You start picking up a lot of points and you start putting together a very good cause and case.
Your last lap, Rossi. This will be your last lap.
In the argument for a championship. So 1 to go in race 2. 3.4 kilometres left. Garth Tander has a 1.1 second lead over the Castrol FPR Falcon of Stephen Richards. Third is James Courtney. Since the restart, he's been in his own piece of territory. Effectively hasn't been bothered by anybody. Around turn 5.
Just trying to make sure that Van Gisbergen is classified as a finisher and gets some points. I'd say he's down in 27th at the moment. Just dribbling around at the back of the field. He stayed well clear there of the leaders. They've only got a couple of corners to go. Once again, Stephen's taken a tiny bit of time out of Garth in the middle sector, but it's too late.
It's
Great
too
job,
hard.
JT. Make a drive, mate. Good stuff.
Yet again, consistency is the key for Garth Tander. Richard 2nd. Toll HRT celebrate another race victory. James Courtney 3rd. Holdsworth 4th. Cam McConville 5th. Rick Kelly holds on to 6th. Mark Winterbottom 7th. Fabian Coulthard is 8th. Michael Caruso 9th. And Jason Richards in car number 3, Sprint Gas Racing, started 20th, finished 10th. And here's Tander, just methodical performance. He ticks all the boxes. Here's the provisional results. There's no question about what happened out in the front. Tander, then the 2 Fords. Gary Rogers Motorsport. 2 guys inside the top 10, Holdsworth and Caruso. Tony D'Alberto again up inside the top 15, and Craig Lowndes has managed to buy back up towards, well, 15th position after starting from 19th. A couple of DNFs.